We're back, everybody. Cheers. You see how dark it is back there at my window? It is 4:30. It's 4:45. The sun is nowhere to be found. The sun is already set. It's dark as hell. And it's 4:45 p.m. That's how it is half the year here where I live. It's kind of depressing, but the good thing is for people like me who make almost a full living off of making sleepy lo-fi beats, it can be very inspiring. So I have been cooking up a lot of sleepy stuff lately. I did take a fair break the past couple months, but we're back in the grind, and I think I cooked up a pretty fun one that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get into it. All right, here is the Logic session. And it looks like I was just under 20 tracks, which is always good. I feel like with sleepy stuff, if you get above 20 tracks, you start hitting 30 tracks. Sometimes it can be a bit too busy. For me, I know like once I hit over 20, I'm probably it's probably way too busy for a sleepy lo-fi. Now on other stuff, totally fine to go crazy, but if you're going after specifically that minimal kind of sleepy lo-fi sound, I always try to shoot for 20 tracks or less. So the whole foundation of the track is just a drone. I have a couple guitar pedals that I like to mess around with, and I came up with this drone sound here. Now, usually I don't like using drones this busy, but for this song in particular, I wanted kind of the over-the-top ambient guitar vibe. So I feel like this drone kind of fits the vibe for that. And of course, the other layer that holds down the foundation of the track is the ambience. Sounds like this. And then we pair that together with the drone. Sounds pretty cool. Already a huge vibe going right there. The last thing we have holding down the bass of the song is this guitar loop that sounds like this. The chain on this guitar is pretty simple. We've got the Corey Wong amp with some ping pong delay and reverb, and we're also compressing it just a little bit. Let's check out the drums. So I went for a pretty dry, organic drum sound. I think that typically complements washed out guitars pretty well. A couple of things I want to point out are the Foley loops. And these are Foley tracks that I recorded myself. You know, I typically just grab stuff that I can find around my desk, hold it up to my mic, and then you can see here, Foley 1, I take 2 takes of it so that, you know, I can pan it left and right so we can create kind of that nice stereo feel. And then I've got one other Foley track that I also recorded, and I think this one I used just my car keys, and then I only made one track of this and kept it down the middle. I always like to record some kind of Foley on my sleepy beats because it just brings that human element to it. It's also kind of like a little ASMR, which a lot of people find relaxing. Um, but yeah, I think it does a lot for sleepy tracks. Yo, currently editing the video right now, and I forgot to mention that I'm working on a sleepy sample pack. It'll have drones, Foley loops, snares, kicks, all those beautiful things you want to create a sleepy track. So it's not ready right now, but it will be soon, so be on the lookout. And when it is ready, I'll also link it in the description. So if you're watching from the future, check the video description and it might be in there. My bass just hits the root notes of each chord. And for that bass sound, I've been using Serum lately. It's a patch called So Sick Bass Live Bass. I actually got that patch from Splice, and it's a very simple, just kind of sine-based bass. And sometimes I add a little distortion to it. This is Chroma Glow. It's a stock distortion included in Logic. I've been loving this distortion. I love to add it to my bass element sometimes because, you know, it gives it a bit more presence. So if you're listening on smaller speakers, like a phone or something like that, it lets listeners still hear the bass. I also throw in a piano that just plays the chords as well. Just gives a bit more support to the bass layer and makes it a bit more full sounding when the beat drops. And this piano is the original's felt piano. I've got all the mics turned up quite a bit, using 0 on the attack and 100% sustain. Next, we have the guitar slides. It's not a late night tone song without some guitar slides, but like I mentioned earlier, I've got them panned left and right, just to give some more stereo effect to the song. And here's what they sound like. The guitar slide chain, we're starting with Corey Wong. We're using the ping pong delay with reverb. Then we go into ROM reverb. Then I just filter out the lows and some of the highs as well. I don't always like going overboard with delay and reverb, but sometimes it's fun to make the delay part of the actual lead line. So I'll let you hear it and maybe you'll get an idea of what I mean. You know, the delay is so intense, it's almost like a duet. It's almost like two guitars are playing together at the same time, like a call and response. And I felt like I was kind of right for this song. Here's that lead line in context. Always like to add some kind of new lead melody thing or counter melody on the second playthrough of the chord progression. And so that's what I did. I've added a second lead here. It sounds like this. I like to begin or end songs by playing the main melody or resembling the main melody with some kind of filtered out version of it, especially on these sleepy lo-fi songs. I feel like it just kind of ties the song together. And so that's what I did here with this last guitar track here. Pretty much all the effects are the same, except you can see the EQ here. We've got nothing below 600 hertz and nothing above 4K. And this is what the guitar tone sounds like. Here's what it sounds like in context.